The movie opens with Cole, who is a former police officer and is now the personal bodyguard of Tibu, a billionaire shipping tycoon and the owner of KMG. Tibu has just sold his company to a dealer because his son Cameron isn't interested in taking over the family business and wants to pursue something else. However, Tibu is still saddened by the decision because the company means a lot to him. Tibu considers Cole a member of his family and trusts him deeply. The two of them also often play chess together. After the company's sales increase, Tibu throws a party for everyone. At party, Cole spots a man in the crowd and immediately becomes suspicious of him. He turns to Taran and asks, "Who is this guy?" Taran is Tibu's associate, handling intelligence, guest lists, and database searches for both Cole and Tibu. Taran quickly pulls up that man's background and tells Cole that his name is Haran Daniels. He also reveals that Jaran is a KMG employee and a Trans-Pacific expert. During the celebration, Tibu gives a speech and says that the company's increased sales are all because of his son's hard work. He then tells his son, "I'm proud of you," before giving him a watch as a gift. Tibu then tells Cole, "Come join the family," and gives him a watch as a gift. He then explains to everyone that 5 years ago, Cole risked his own life to save him, so he gave Cole a job. Since then, Cole has been a part of the family, and Tibu is proud to have him by his side. After the party, Cole drives Tibu home. Along the way, he notices several police officers blocking the road ahead. At the same time, a vehicle carrying mercenaries pulls up behind them, trapping them from both sides. The police officers and mercenaries suddenly open fire on them, sending bullets flying in every direction. Cole quickly grabs his gun and fires back, doing everything he can to protect himself and Tibu. Cole then takes down the mercenaries one by one. He then rushes over to Tibu and discovers that he's been shot. With his final breath, Tibu looks at Cole and says, "Take care of Cameron." Those are his last words before he dies right there. Cole immediately calls Tyrone and tells him that they were attacked and Tibu is dead. Tyrone asks, "Did you call the police?" Cole tells him that the police are involved too. While talking to Taran, Cole opens the mercenary's car and finds an American passport inside. The passport belongs to one of the mercenaries, Jonathan. He then gives Taran the passport details so he can look into Jonathan's background. Using his passport, Taran quickly pulls up Jonathan's complete records and checks his background. He then tells Cole that Jonathan is a former Marine and a crew member of KMG who works for them. Jonathan is scheduled to depart aboard the Artemis tonight, and the ship is set to leave the port in just 2 hours. Cole then tells Tyrone, "I'm headed to the port. I'll find out who did this." After speaking with Taran, Cole calls Cameron and tells him that they were attacked. He says, "I tried everything I could to save Tibu, but I couldn't save him." Cole then gives Cameron a serious warning. Whoever was behind Tibu's murder will target him next. He urges Cameron to stay inside his house and not go anywhere until it's safe. Cole then makes him a promise. He'll track down whoever was responsible for Tibu's death and make sure they pay for what they did. Next, we see Jaran when one of his men approaches him with an update. He tells Jaran that Tibu is dead, but there's also some bad news. Cole, Tibu's bodyguard, managed to escape from the scene. Jaran orders his man to have the police frame Cole for Tibu's death. He also tells him to make sure the news channels report Cole as the one responsible, so everyone will believe that he killed Tibu. Next, we meet Ellis, who works for KMG and is the third mate aboard the Artemis cargo ship. Meanwhile, Ellis watches the news about Tibu's death on TV, where Cole is being held responsible for it. Just then, she receives a call from her supervisor, who tells her to get to the Artemis as soon as possible. Ellis explains that she's on vacation and is supposed to spend the weekend with her daughter, but her supervisor refuses to listen. He makes it clear that if she doesn't get to the Artemis, she'll be fired. Cole then reaches the port and uses Jonathan's pass to get into the port. From there, he makes his way onto the Artemis. Next, we meet Marco, the captain of the Artemis. One of the ship's crew members, Matteo, brings Ellis over to him. Marco Marco looks at Ellis and asks, "What are you doing on my ship?" Mateo quickly explains that KMG sent Ellis there, making it clear that she's been assigned to the vessel. Cole suddenly hears a woman's voice coming from inside one of the containers. He quickly makes his way over, breaks the lock, and opens the container. Inside, he discovers that it's packed with Thai migrants who have been locked up as part of a human trafficking operation and are being taken to another country. Realizing what's happening, Cole assures them that he'll get them out of there and help them escape. After Cole leaves, Ellis arrives at the same area and notices that one of the containers has been left open. Curious, she steps inside and is shocked to find the Thai migrants being held there. She quickly realizes that these people are victims of human trafficking and are being taken to another country. Ellis helps all the Thai migrants out of the container and tells them to stay calm. She reassures them, saying, "Don't worry, I won't let anything happen to you." One of the female migrants then asks Ellis, "Are you with the man who came to us earlier? He told us he would help us get out of here." Meanwhile, Cole secretly watches Ellis helping the Thai migrants and realizes that she's a good person. Ellis then quickly goes to Captain Marco and tells him that they've discovered a large number of Thai migrants locked inside one of the containers. She explains that the migrants are being held there as part of a human trafficking operation and are being taken to another country. Marco tells Ellis to calm down and take a seat. He then uses his walkie-talkie to speak with his crew and orders them to follow protocol. Ellis tells Marco that they should contact the US Navy, but he insists that they can handle the situation themselves and there's no need to inform the Navy. At that moment, Ellis realizes that Marco is behind the entire human trafficking operation, so she makes a run for it. Marco's two crew members threaten the migrants at gunpoint and force them back inside the container. Just then, Cole arrives and confronts the two men. He fights them off and shoots both of them, taking them down on the spot. Cole then leads the migrants to the lifeboat. Before leaving them, he hands a gun to one of the male migrants and tells him, "If anyone comes, use this." Ellis then makes her way to the bridge and tells Mateo, "Something isn't right here. We need to call the US Navy." Mateo immediately pulls out his gun and points it at her. He then calls Captain Marco and says, "I found her. She's on the bridge. Get here quickly." Ellis suddenly attacks Mateo, punching him in the face and knocking him unconscious. Before leaving, she sends a distress signal to the US Navy. Just then, Captain Marco arrives with his two crew members. He spots Ellis and immediately opens fire on her. One of the bullets hits her in the shoulder. Marco then orders his two crew members go find her. The US Navy receives a distress signal from the Artemis. Captain Spencer immediately orders his officers to establish contact with the Artemis. Cole finds Ellis and tells her, "You don't have to be afraid of me. I'm not going to hurt you." He then takes her inside a container. Ellis tells him, "I saw you on the news. They said you killed your boss." Cole doesn't respond. Instead, he removes the bullet from her shoulder and bandages the wound. Mateo shoots and kills the male migrant, then takes control of the remaining migrants once again. Meanwhile, Mateo finds a bag near the lifeboat and discovers Jonathan's passport inside. He quickly takes it to Captain Marco and shows it to him. Marco looks at the passport and says, "Jonathan is dead. Go find out who used his identity to get onto the ship." Marco answers the US Navy's radio call and tells them that one of his crew members spotted a ship and initially thought it was a group of Somali pirates. However, they soon realized it was actually a fishing vessel. Marco assures them that everything is under control and apologizes for the trouble. Ellis tells Cole, "I sent a distress signal to the US Navy, but I don't think the US Navy received it. I know there's a radio system on the bridge. If I can get up there, I can contact the US Navy and ask for help." Cole then says, "I have an idea." He sets the ship's batteries on fire, causing smoke to spread through the area. Marco and the others quickly leave the bridge to see where the fire is. Cole and Ellis enter the bridge and use the radio to contact the US Navy. Ellis speaks to Captain Spencer and introduces herself by name. She then tells him that a human trafficking operation is taking place aboard the Artemis, with several Thai migrants being illegally transported to another country. She asks Captain Spencer to send help immediately. Just then, Captain Marco spots Cole and Ellis through his binoculars. He immediately orders his crew, "They're on the bridge. Get over there and attack them." Cole then leaves a walkie-talkie on the ship's bridge before he and Ellis make their way out. Moments later, Marco enters the bridge and speaks to Geron. He asks, "What is Cole doing on my ship? You said you were going to have him killed." Meanwhile, Cole and Ellis are listening to their entire conversation. Geron tells Marco that Cole killed his entire team and says he won't let Cole ruin their business. He orders Marco to find Cole and kill him as soon as possible. Marco tells Geron, "Don't worry, Bertus, I'll be here in 2 hours and he'll take all the Thai migrants out of here, but I'm going to charge you more for dealing with Cole." However, he makes it clear that dealing with Cole will cost Geron extra money. Marco then asks Geron, "Any updates from Cameron?" Geron replies, "The sale has been halted. It's business as usual." Ellis asks Cole, "Who is Cameron? Is he involved with them too?" Cole explains, "Cameron is Tibu's son. I don't know if he's involved with them or not, but now I know that Geron and Marco are both involved, and I'm not letting either of them get away with it." 2 hours later, Bartus arrives aboard the Artemis with his men to take the migrants. Cole takes them on one at a time, shooting and killing them one by one. Meanwhile, Mateo punches Ellis in the face, then ties her hands and takes her to Captain Marco. Meanwhile, Captain Spencer orders his military officers to head to the Artemis and rescue everyone trapped on board. After Marco leaves the bridge, Ellis picks up a piece of glass and cuts the rope around her hands. She then hits the man Marco left to watch her in the throat with the glass, killing him. She then shoots Mateo, killing him as well. Finally, Cole and Marco come face to face and attack each other. The two engage in a brutal fight, but Cole eventually overpowers Marco and kills him by firing an arrow straight into his head. Just then, Captain Spencer's military officers arrive and surround Cole. Ellis then tells the officers, "I'm the woman who spoke to your captain on the radio, and this is my partner. He helped me." The military officers then provide the Thai migrants with food and medicine. Cole then tells Ellis, "I have to go back to Bangkok." He then gets into a lifeboat and heads back to Bangkok. After burying his father, Cameron opens his car door and finds Cole already sitting inside. Cole tells him, "Get in." Cameron explains that he used to let them use his ships to transport cargo, but he had no idea what they were actually doing. Once he discovered the truth, he refused to let them use his ships anymore. That's when they started threatening him. Cameron says he had no choice but to sell the company to get out of the situation, but he never imagined they would take things this far. Cole tells Cameron, "Your father died because of you, and you'll have to live with that guilt for the rest of your life." Cole eventually tracks down Geron and shoots him dead, finally avenging his boss's death. With that, the movie comes to an end.